Hello, everybody. I'm John Locke, and I'd like to welcome you to the LockeInYourSuccess.com Trading Performance Podcast, where it's all about real traders, real problems, and real coaching. Listen up and enjoy the segment.
I'm just going to talk about some general concepts for trading this type of a market. So, as pro traders, we should have an idea of technical analysis. We should be forming our opinions on where things go. We should be aware of our cycles. We should be aware of our support and resistance levels. We want to pay attention to those support and resistance levels and your market cycles. You want to be very nimble with your trading, not get locked into a directional opinion. You're going to have your opinions, but identify where things change and be nimble enough to change your opinion with new information that comes into the marketplace. I like to look to maximize, and again, this is for me in the way that I tend to trade. So, it may be a little bit different from you, but like I said, take this for what applies to you. But look to maximize your gains on smaller amounts of total risk. In this type of a market, trying to put on a huge position, $50,000 of risk to make $1,000 is generally not a good idea. Your drawdowns are too high. You can't withstand the ranges of the marketplace. You're much better off to look to put on much smaller amounts of risk, be directional, or allow your directional bias to come into play and then play it from there. You want to consider the trends, the overall trend of the market and the cycles of the market. So, for example, we're in a downtrend in the marketplace right now. We're in an up cycle over the last couple of days. Okay, you want to put your profit ranges in your trades. When you consider your cycles, you want to put your profit ranges in your trades where the market is most likely to be in so many days in the future. And Stephen's example was a fantastic example of that. I got this, I don't know what it was, 45-day trades on, and I think sometime in the next, I understand the market's going up right now, but I think next time in so many days that the market is going to be down in this range, and my trading plan is designed to take advantage of a win in that range. Okay, and then his goal there was hedge off any losses to the upside as much best as you can with shorter term verticals, so that my thesis can play out. Okay, those are very powerful concepts to have in play. We're not in the uptrending, low volatility markets anymore, where all you need to be is in a neutral trade that's bullishly positioned or has a little risk to the upside, and you're going to win. We're not in that marketplace anymore, and one of the challenges that our guidelines trades have. Okay, so a lot of the guidelines trades are not performing very well right now. The big challenge they have is they were developed during a time period, and they were traded during a time period where the market trend was strongly up. Yes, we had some strong down moves, but we never had a down move that lasted more than maybe 2 months. And then we're right back up to the top, right back up to all-time highs again. We were in that period for an extended period of time. And I've warned people about this for the last couple of years now. The market isn't always going to be in that type of a situation, yet a lot of us, the only trading experience we've had has been in a bullish market where even if there were any significant down moves, even as severe as COVID, we're always back up to new highs in 3 to 6 months. Doesn't really matter. We are no longer in that market. And I talked to you guys about this back in November, in September, certainly in January. It is over. The new highs in the marketplace are done, at least for a couple of years. Okay, we've almost to a year now. Chances are we probably won't see new highs next year, and we'll see what new information comes into the marketplace, but it may even be longer than that. So we're pretty much done at that point. So we are in a downtrending, sideways cyclical market. This is a different market than most of us have ever seen, and it's a different market than we can backtest. This is where your skills, right? And I've been talking about this for so many years. This is where your skills as a trader comes in, and your ability to adapt and understand what the hell is going on, rather than blindly following some set of rules and hoping to win. Okay, you still see people trying to do that. And again, we go back into this consistent uptrending market that is always high, at a higher level in 6 months than it is today. We go back into that, then those trading strategies may come back into play again. They may work well for a very long period of time. Who knows? But we're not in that market right now. We don't know how long we're going to be in this market. This market is different. You want to think about it differently. A skills trader can make a killing in this market, an absolute killing. A guidelines trader who follows rules is not. They're going to have problems in this market, especially if they're dealing with trading strategies that have back tested well, especially previous to even 2021, because 2021 was also a very big uptrending market, as was 2020, other than that little 2-month blip that happened known as COVID, right? So my point being is use the guidelines trades to understand the marketplace, understand what they're doing and so forth. And it's a critical step in your development, which is why we're still doing it. It's why we're still covering, even though our performance isn't great in our guidelines trades. But we want to get to the point where you are to this level, to the pro trades, and Alton is another good example of this in the pro group. And we have David. We have a lot of great traders actually in there, and Chris is doing fantastic also. He's developing and getting what he needs to do, and I definitely encourage you to keep on going. But this is possible. It's possible to make a ton of money here. It's just you have to think a little bit differently about trading.
And that is what I have for you today. If you have any questions or comments or anything else you'd like to see in the next Trading Performance podcast, please list that in the comments and I'll personally answer your questions and comments for you. Also, I'd love to encourage you to come on over to lockinyoursuccess.com. That's LOCKE in yoursuccess.com, and check out our Trading Performance and Pro memberships, where you can find the tools you need to become a much more effective trader, regardless of the type of trading you do. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on the next Trading Performance podcast.